Hey there, HackerFrogs. It's me, the Shy Hat. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to be working on two topics today. The first of those topics is something that I just kind of came up with on the fly a few minutes ago, and that is we're going to be working on the new HackerFrogs forensics course. So this is going to be a little bit of design, and we're going to be coming up with the curriculum for the course. And that's mostly going to be, it's mostly going to involve me thinking up which CTF challenges are going to best suit the different topics inside the course. So let's start with that, and afterwards we're going to be doing some challenges from the RingZero CTF. The RingZero CTF is a very famous CTF challenge game, and it's associated with NSEC, which is a very big cybersecurity conference in Montreal, Canada, and Canada is my home and native land, so that's why I'm interested in taking a look. So I haven't solved any challenges on RingZero CTF before, so it's going to be fun looking at that. But first, let's work on a little bit of design. So what we're going to do is we're going to design a little course, and I'm going to be doing this from my GitHub. So let's grab the GitHub. So my GitHub is over here at GitHub/theshyhat. If you are not following, well, you might want to consider following, because we're going to be doing some development work over here. So let's see. We've got HackerFrogs, we've got After School, and we've got 3 courses currently. So there's the first course is Linux operations, the second course is programming, and the third course is web app exploitation. And I think we're going to be renaming web app exploitation to web app hacking, because some platforms, especially YouTube, does not like the word exploitation. So we're going to have to change that. Let's add a file, and we're going to create a directory called 04 and underscore. We're going to call this one digital underscore forensics. Forensics. Okay, and we're going to create a readme.txt, readme.md file in here. And what do we say? These files concern the HackerFrogs After School Digital Forensics course. Okay, and that should be enough. Let's commit those changes. And we're going to create a little bit of a little document inside of here so we can brainstorm how we're going to design the course. So let's create that. So add file, create new file. So inside of digital forensics, we'll call this file course outline, course_outline.md. Okay. So what are we going to be talking about? So basically, what I like to do is I like to get everything done in about 8 or 9 sessions, and each session is going to represent about an hour of class time. So let's design the digital. The digital forensics course to fit into between. Let's call it 8 and 10 sessions, which is 8 to 10 hours. Okay, so what are some things we need to... Let me see if I can make this a little bit smaller so that we can see more on the screen. Okay, so what do we need to cover? So we need to cover digital forensics topics, obviously. We have to... Let's call this topics covered. So topics covered, let's make this into a little bullet list. We need to cover, let's see, picture picture file forensics, forensics. Okay, and we also need to cover steganography. Steganography, because that's something that's often included into digital forensics. We also need to cover disk image forensics, and we need to cover memory forensics, and I think the last thing we need to cover is network traffic forensics. Why is it hard to type this? Okay. All right. So inside of digital picture file forensics, I think we can. How do we do? So in Markdown. What was it? Indented bullet list. So nested list items in Bitbucket. Okay, Markdown. Let me look at this up really fast. So use 4 spaces. Use 4 spaces. Okay, I can do that. All right, so let's continue. So use 4 spaces. Okay, so we need so inside of picture file forensics, we need to cover EXIF tool. So basically EXIF, and that basically involves using the EXIF tool. And we also have to cover strings, because that's often used for forensics on any files, basically, but especially on these picture files. So what other tools do we often use? We often use binwalk. So what are we talking about here? So we're talking about embedded files. And those involve the use of binwalk and foremost. So those two programs are often used to extract embedded files. Okay, so we also have steganography over here, and for anybody who does, well, I really don't like doing steganography challenges personally, but I see that they're quite common inside of digital forensics. You'll see them pop up every so often, so we have to be able to cover them. So let's say we have to. What are the common tools for steganography? So for steganography, we often talk about stuff like steghide. And what was another steganography tool? So I actually used another steganography tool to do brute forcing. And let me just look that up really quick. So steganography brute force. So stegcracker, right? Okay. So stegcracker is another tool that we want to cover then. So steghides, stegcracker, and there was another one. So steghide. What are some other very common steganography tools? Okay, a list of useful tools and resources. This sounds like this sounds very promising. So tools: steghide, foremost, stegsolve, strings, EXIF tool, binwalk, etc., etc. WAV, steg, stegcracker. Let's see, steghide, foremost, stegsolve. Sometimes there's a message or text hidden in the image itself, and to view it, you need to apply some color filters or play with some color levels. You can do this with GIMP or Photoshop, but StegSolve made it easier. Okay, strings, right, binwalk, zsteg. Zsteg, okay. So I think this covers some different formats. So zsteg is a tool that can detect hidden data in PNG and BMP files. Okay, so zsteg. Let me note that. So we'll call this zsteg. Okay. So as far as disk image forensics is concerned, what are we talking about? We're talking about basically examining the data inside of image files, and I think one tool that they use in Pico CTF in particular is called SleuthKit. And let me just look at this. Look this up really quick. So SleuthKit. Okay, SleuthKit, the SleuthKit, and Autopsy. Okay, open source digital something something. Let's take a look. Collection of command line tools and a C library that allows you to analyze disk images and recover files from them. Okay, so that's the SleuthKit and Autopsy for digital image files. So I've taken a look at the SleuthKit as well as Autopsy, and let's record this. So the SleuthKit. The SleuthKit as well as Autopsy, and I need to capitalize these proper names here. The SleuthKit, and this is usually abbreviated. Okay. All right. So as far as memory forensics is concerned, we have to use tools like 3.4. We have to use tools like, what is it called? Volatility. But something else that I'm interested in taking a look at is some command line only memory forensics tools. So let me just ask ChatGPT real quick for some, what are some CLI tools that are used in, what is it called, in memory forensics? Okay, so volatility. Is this CLI? Oh right, volatility is CLI. Why did I not remember that? Okay. So FTK Imager, and let me see if there's a GUI program that also does memory forensics. What is a popular GUI program that is used for memory forensics and has a free option available? Okay, so Autopsy, well-known digital forensic platform that is used to investigate hard drives, mobile devices, and memory dumps. Huh, you can do memory dumps. You can investigate memory dumps with Autopsy. I didn't know that. But I guess it doesn't really, I guess I really shouldn't be surprised. We can use Autopsy with Volatility, install both of them. Okay, in Autopsy, add a memory image as a data source. Use the Volatility plugin to analyze the memory image for processes, network connections, or malicious activity. Interesting. Okay. So that can definitely go in. This can definitely be material for the digital forensics course. So I guess Volatility, also Autopsy. Okay, and lastly for network traffic analysis, the most obvious tool that I can think of is Wireshark. But I think there is something called it's called T-Shark, I think. And let me double check with ChatGPT and see if there are some other good alternatives. So aside, what are some good CLI-based network packet analysis tools? Okay, TCP dump, right? Okay, so there's TCP dump, there is T-Shark, TCT dump T-Shark, ngrep, nmap. I didn't expect nmap, but okay. So let's note down TCP dump and T-Shark. So we've got Wireshark, we've got TCP dump, and there is T-Shark. So I'm wondering how many of these tools are available on Pico CTF, because I'm very interested in using Pico CTF challenges as a backbone for the exercises we do in the classes. So we've got these topics over here, and I think we might be able to, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think these ones are each going to be 1 session each, because I don't think we need to take more than 1 session to cover these topics. Steganography we can also do in 1 session, because I don't like steganography in general, but digital disk image forensics, we can probably take 2 sessions on this one. And memory forensics, we can also do 2 sessions. I think the rest of these we can do 2 sessions each. So network traffic analysis, we can do 2 sessions. And that comes up to a total of how many sessions? That's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So that's going to total out to about 8 sessions. And that's 8 hours of instruction time. So the question is whether or not there's something super obvious that I'm missing from this basic course on digital forensics. So let's take a look at Pico CTF really quick. Pico CTF is my gold standard for teaching CTF skills. Let's log in and take a look at the oh, I need to put in my password again. Hold on, let me get my password. So that is Pico. I am the Shy Hat. Let me get my password. Okay, so the Shy Hat, the password is here. Log in. Okay, and now we're logged in. Sweet, let's look at some forensics challenges, all difficulties, and let us clear out the search. So let's take a look at some of these challenges. So maybe we'll just look at let's just look at medium level difficulty challenges for now. Okay, so we've got and we can also take note of these challenge names over here. So let's take a look at the quote-unquote most difficult challenges that we're going to do over here. Oh, well, Salt J is here. Cyberdefenders.org has some really good forensics tasks. Thank you very much for the recommendations, Salt J, and let's give you a fun little video redeem. Let's do I'm root.
What are you? I'm system root.
And thank you very much for the recommendation, for the cyberdefenders.org recommendation. I'm always looking for some new stuff to put into my course. So, like I said, I'm probably going to do the bulk of my course with Pico CTF. but I definitely want to incorporate a few different platforms as well. Cyber Defenders is probably a good choice. Let's take a look over at Cyber Defenders. I haven't looked at it in a while. Cyberdefenders.org. Okay. So Android forensics and SQLite are also good to consider. SQLite, I usually SQLite challenges. So are we talking about SQL injection, or are we talking about just accessing the database? Because if it's just accessing the database, that might be digital forensics. But if you're talking about SQL injection, then like that's definitely going to be like a web challenge to check the database. Okay, I'll consider it. Android forensics. Android forensics usually, yeah, right. So Android forensics, sometimes you come across Android, either Android memory dumps or Android disk image. But we already have some challenges, a couple of categories that we're looking at as far as memory forensics and disk image forensics is concerned. But I don't know if I want to make mobile forensics like a separate thing, or if it's similar enough, or if it's similar enough to some of these other challenges, these other categories that we don't have to create a whole separate category for it. But thank you very much for the suggestion. Let's take a look at Cyber Defenders over here. So I don't think I've signed into Cyber Defenders in a while. Let me grab my password. So this is Cyber Defenders. Okay, and let me get my password. So it's more phone forensics, you say? I understand. Let me sign in with my username. Oh, I need to put in an OTP. Okay, let me grab my phone. But Self J, hey, how are you? Is this your first time here? Also, do you work in cybersecurity, or do you work in software development, web development, network administration, something else like that? So I have to look at my Gmail. Hold on. Okay. I think I've got my OTP. Okay. Salt J says that they are a security engineer. Hey, welcome, security engineer. We actually know each other. Oh, from Mars, really? Okay. Well, you don't necessarily have to tell me if you don't want to. You don't need to tell me who you are, unless you want to. But yeah, welcome to the stream. We're just going to be talking a little bit about designing my digital forensics course over here. And oh, it's Serge. Hey, Serge, nice to see you. Nice to see you. I expected your username to be Serge or something. But yeah, great to see you here. Great to see you here. Have you ever considered doing live streaming? Because it's pretty fun doing live streaming and doing like CTF stuff. Gonna participate more. Nice to see you. Yeah, nice to see you as well. Have you ever considered doing another CTF challenge, maybe for BC 604? Because those are very popular. People love doing the workshops. Yeah. But Cyber Defenders, okay. Cyber Defenders. What I'm really looking for is stuff that's free, because I don't have any of my students do any materials that cost money, because I feel like this should be a space where we're trying to figure out what we like and what we don't like, and asking people to pay money kind of feels bad. Let's see. I've been hitting Cyber Defenders, completed around 50 tasks. Oh, 50 free tasks. Nice. But yeah, I was looking at Cyber Defenders a few months ago, yeah, go to practice and then pick the category. So maybe we'll go to, where is the practice tab? Maybe I should just go to the search bar and look for something like memory forensics. Okay. Skip this. So yeah, blue team CTF challenges over here. Trial labs. Trial labs, okay. And if you stick around, we're going to be doing we're going to be hacking against RingZero CTF. Have you done very much RingZero CTF? Let me grab the link. Yeah, just over here. All right, so okay, so some of these are pro, some of these are free, and you know what? I might be looking at this stuff more closely a little bit later. But since my bread and butter is Pico CTF, and all the students that I'm currently teaching they're already very familiar with using Pico CTF. That's why I like to look at Pico CTF and consider these challenges as exercises for the course. So what is this one right here? So this is a picture forensics one, okay. Just a suggestion for forensics. No problem at all. I really appreciate anybody taking time to suggest stuff to me, because I just want to create a fun course. And this one over here. So, and we're also editing a little GitHub file right here. So, let me make note of some Pico CTF challenges, and this one is under picture forensics, and this one is called So Meta. So you'll please excuse me if my Markdown skills aren't very good. I actually have been trying to get better at using Markdown, because it is a very fun and easy way to make your text a little bit more exciting. Because I just want to make my stuff look a little nicer. Okay, so meta. So find the flag in this picture. So this is not something you can solve. So usually if you can solve it by just using the console, they'll note that down over here, but maybe not for this challenge. Okay, so that's So Meta. This is Moonwalk. Decode this message from the moon. Oh geez. I hate doing these audio ones. But yeah. So let's try investigating this one really quick. So this message from the moon is message.wave, okay? So we can copy this. And actually let me log into my web shell real quick. Okay, my Pico CTF name is this. And my password, let me grab that. Pico CTF. Pico. And okay, so let's move into a temp directory. And then let's download that file. What was it, Moonwalk? This one right here. Oh, no, wait. I forgot to do wget. Okay. So this is not going to be... Hold on. So we're not going to be able to solve this by using the terminal. So do we listen to it? And is it going to be... Hold on. How did pictures from the moon landing... Oh, okay. Huh. I wonder. Okay, so anyways, maybe solving this challenge might take a little bit too much time. Let's take a look at... so we've got our wire shark challenges over here. We've got shark on a wire, packet captures. So SaltJ, let me ask you a question. Do you use T-Shark, or do you use any other CLI based programs to do packet capture analysis? Have you ever used stuff like T-Shark before, or like maybe TCP dump? Okay. So anyways, let's copy this one and put it in the pile. So this one is called Shark on the Wire. More Wireshark, but I know these tools. Okay. Let me take a look. Shark on the Wire 1. Okay. Shark on the Wire 1. Is there any one part of forensics challenges that you really don't like? Well, I mean, myself, for example, I really hate dealing with steganography stuff because I don't know why. I don't know why steganography, why I don't enjoy steganography, but anyways, let's see if there are other categories. So there's picture forensics. And let's take a look at this next one, white pages. So I stopped using yellow pages and moved on to white pages, but the page they gave me is all blank. What is this? Oh, okay. Let me download this. So white pages, and let's take a look at this file real quick. So let's take a look at this in the terminal. Let's make our terminal nice and big. And then let's take a look at this white pages. So this is not a blank file. It has this many bytes. So SaltJ says, I like Wireshark filters and statistics. Yeah. Wireshark is a pretty nice little program, especially if you want to apply filters. And I actually haven't done a lot of challenges using Wireshark. It's every here and there, but I really want to become more familiar with it. And I think designing a course that uses Wireshark would help me to get better at it. So what kind of file is this white pages file over here? So it is Unicode text with very long lines. So if we take a look at this, it looks like it's blank, but if we do if we read it with XXD, what is this? Is this some sort of Morse code or something? So there are spaces. There are spaces, and what are these? What are these other hex bytes? So the only hex bytes that we see in here are hex 80 and hex 80. So it's these three: E2, 80, and 83. So what are these in hex code? Let me copy this. 83. Yeah, these are the only bytes, the only hex bytes that are coming up. Is this binary? Salt J said had to watch 3 ads. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? If I see some ads coming up, I'll try to pause the ads for you. Okay. Actually, you know what? Do you have Amazon Prime? If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to me, and then you won't see the ads. I'm sorry to shill that hard. But just in case you had Amazon Prime. Anyways, this looks very interesting. I might hype train incoming. What is this? Somebody has Nimbus 7X is gifted 5 tier 1 subscriptions. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Nimbus 7X for gifting subscriptions. Wow, whoa. It's going crazy. Thank you, but thank you very much to Nimbus 7X. I really appreciate that. And now Salt J doesn't need to watch ads. Salt J doesn't need to watch ads because Salt J has a tier 1 subscription. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to Dopus420 for coming back to the stream. Whoa, what is happening? Oh, anyways, let's redeem some fun video stuff because of Nimbus 7X. Let's redeem all the things. Hack all the things, drink all the booze. This one's dedicated to all the hackers. Thank you very much to Nimbus 7X for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you very much. Okay, so I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about designing this course, right? So white pages. I think this has to do with the. This probably has to do with some sort of encoding. Maybe binary, maybe hexadecimal. Let me take a look at this full dump over here, real quick. So what does this look like? If we put it in, so hex to ASCII. Actually, hex to ASCII, it doesn't come out as anything. So if we were to put this in, and then we were to convert it to ASCII, it's just a bunch of unprintable bytes. Okay. But, okay. So white pages, I don't know if we're gonna, oh, John Hammond designed this one. To anybody who doesn't know, John Hammond is a pretty well-known YouTuber who does cybersecurity stuff. But all right, white pages. Let's take a look at this other one called extensions. So this is a really weird text file. Can you find the flag? You know what? I feel really dumb. I feel really dumb doing these forensics challenges. Let's take a look. To anybody who is wondering about the white pages file that we're taking a look at, this is the challenge page over here. Dear Dopus 420 says the guy with the glasses. Yeah. The redhead guy with the glasses. So if we were to go over to YouTube and we were to search up John Hammond. Cybersecurity. This is the guy right here. This but he also has a platform. He has a CTF platform that he did with the guy, I can't remember his name, Nahamsek, and I think it's called Nahamsek CTF platform. John Hammond. I can't remember the name of his platform anymore. Was it hacking? Derdopus420 says they only know his YouTube. Yeah, that's what he's that's what he's famous for. If I remember it, I'll I'll tell you guys. But let's get back to the Pico CTF. So whoa, hype train success! Hey guys, if you participate in the hype train, you can open your hype train chest. Anyways. I actually haven't done this kind of Twitch stuff much myself, so I don't really know too much about it. But yeah, to anybody who participated in the type chain, I guess Nimbus7X, I think you can open up your chest right now. Anyways, white pages. If you want to participate, if you want to take a look at the white pages challenge, this is the link over at Pico CTF. What about this other challenge? So this one is called extensions. So this is a really weird text file. Can you find the flag? Let's just take a look at this real quick for fun. And let's go over to the web shell and download this. And let's take a look at what this file is. It's a PNG. Okay. Let's download this to our Kali Linux box real quick with our terminal. And remember, so flag.txt is actually a PNG. So if this is a PNG file, we should be able to, what we could do is we could rename it flag.png, flag.txt, flag.png, and then we can open this up with xdg open, flag.png. Is that it? Okay, all right, that was fun. Let's we can put this in as one of the challenges the students can do, and let's just record this extensions. So this would go under what category? I guess we could do this under picture forensics. So just copy this, and I'm going to put this in my GitHub over here. And this was called extensions. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at a few more before we wrap this up and move on to hacking against RingZero CTF. So we've got this one called corrupt. We found this file, recover the flag. So what is this? This is a mystery challenge. All right. So if you want to take a look at this challenge as well, then that is the link. I'm gonna copy this and put it on our Kali Linux box. Okay, so what is this mystery file? It says it's data. So we probably want to look at the we will probably want to look at the hex dump for this file. Oh wait, it's called mystery. Okay, so let's take a look at so we're going to pipe this into head. So we're probably looking at magic bytes. So what magic bytes? So this is probably some sort of image file. So let's copy. How can we just, so using XXD, how do we get just the hex bytes without this portion right here. You know what? I think I could feed this into ChatGPT, and it could probably tell us some information about it. So let's just grab these lines right here, and then ask our know-it-all friend, ChatGPT. This is a hex dump from a file. What format do you think it is? Okay, PNG format. So this is talking about the magic bytes, which is the first few bytes in the file header. And we're talking about, so it says 89 as the first bytes indicates the file is binary, sure. And hex 43, hex 34 seem to be part of the magic number. Those slightly modified. Typically a PNG file starts with 50, 89, 50, 4E, 470D, okay? Which is the PNG signature in ASCII. So do we need to actually modify the bytes before we can look at the image, or do we just need to change the file extension? So we could just try modifying the file extension first. So we can just rename this from mystery to mystery.png and then try XDG open on it. So the image viewing program doesn't register this as a PNG file, and it might be because of the magic bytes. So with Kali, what is the hex editor? Let me take a look real quick. What hex editor is included with Kali Linux? Tell us, ChatGPT, you know everything. Hex curse? I don't think I've used hex curse before. ghex, xxd, but we can't edit with xxd. Hex curse. Do we have it? No, we don't have it. ghex. Do we have ghex? We also don't have ghex. Can we install it? Okay, we can install it. Let's install it. Just a second, everybody. In the meantime, let's do a fun redeem. This one is go to hack.
Mr. Hat, may I please be excused from class?
Well, Kyle.
Yes.
You hear me? You go to
Hack.
You go to
Hack.
You
Have a great day.
Have a great day, everybody. Okay, so we can do ghex, and we can run it on mystery.png. Why am I getting these? Why am I getting these error messages? What is the most popular hex editor for Debian-based Linux systems? Hexfiend, XXD, but you can't edit using XXD. Does anybody know how you can edit using XXD? Oh, ghex is GUI. Okay. Okay. Let's that's why I wasn't able to. Okay, let's just run ghex. No file loaded. Let's open one. And mystery.png. Let's open this. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So we can, hopefully we can just edit, we can just move around and edit this. What were the magic bytes we're looking for one more time? So typically a PNG file starts with 8950 for E, which is the PNG signature in ASCII. Okay, so let's copy this. And I don't know if we can just paste in. We might be able to. So how many bytes was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bytes? Okay. Salche says PNG magic bytes. Yep, PNG magic bytes. So the first 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's paste this in. Ooh, that was not what we wanted to put in. Sorry, let's just use this manually. Okay, so 8950, 8950, and then it's 4E47, 4E47, and then it is 0D0A, 0D0A, and then A10A, A10A. And then let's save this file. Okay, and let's see if we can open it now. Solche says it's usually it's 4. Usually it's 4 for the magic bytes. Well, let's see if this works. So XCG open. So it looks like we can execute this now. What do you mean? Fatal error reading PNG file corrupted by ASCII conversion. Okay. So you know what? I'm not sure. Corrupted by ASCII conversion. So Glime on YouTube is in the house. Glime, let's give you a fun little redeem. This is the Stellar Jay. This is my favorite bird, and Glime says that I made a mistake. I did A1 and not 1A. Let me check. It's very possible that I wrote the wrong thing. So the last 2 bytes are 1A, 0A, 1A, 0A, 0A, 1A, 0A. Oh, you're right. I made a mistake. Okay, 0A, 1A, 0A. Thank you very much, Glime, for catching my mistake there. Let's save that out, and then let's try to read that file again. Okay, so XDG open this guy. Still says invalid chunk type. Invalid chunk type. Can I copy this? C22DR invalid chunk type. I wish I could copy this so that I can let's invalid chunk type PNG Photoshop will not open some PNG files, invalid chunk type. Let me take a look at this thread real quick. Every time I try to open these PNG files back in Photoshop, I get an error message, invalid chunk type. So try changing the PNG extension to JPEG, as this can sometimes confuse it. Try open the file using preview. I guess I could try to rename this to JPEG and see if it works. I'm not sure why it would work, but yeah, let's give that a quick try. So let's rename this file to mystery.jpg, and let's try XDG opening it again. Okay, doesn't want to do this either. Okay, well, Hack Smarter just rated the channel with 19 viewers. Hack Smarter, not harder. Welcome to the stream, Raiders, and Hack Smarter. What fun stuff were you getting up to on your stream? And let me start up my music again. It seems to have stopped. Blaze of Glory, I see you in the chat. Hack Smarter, not harder. And let's play some synthwave just for fun. Working on some random hack the box room. I think it's about time for us to switch over to our CTF challenges for today. And so welcome in, Raiders. My name is the Shy Hat. I do CTF challenges. I do Pico CTF. I do all sorts of stuff. And what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be doing some challenges over at RingZero CTF, which is located right over here. You're going to need to have a valid account over at RingZero CTF to participate in the challenges with us. And what I was thinking of doing was doing some web challenges because I'm teaching a web course right now, and what I wanted to do was do some practice as far as SQL injection is concerned, because SQL injection is kind of complicated sometimes, and I don't always want to have to use SQL map in order to finish these challenges. So where were we? Okay, so this is RingZero CTF, and let's take a look at these different challenges here. So there's a lot of different categories, and we're looking at the web challenges right now. Let's take a look at this first one. It says words mean something, and let's put it in a new tab. Oh, I need to log in. Okay, so it looks like my login session has timed out, so I need to log back in. Hold on. Let me get that one. RingZero. So RingZero has a lot of challenges, and it's not exactly hack the box, and it's not exactly try hack me. It's probably something closer to Pico CTF, but let's explore it together tonight, okay? So let's log in. I'm going to save my credentials here. Nigel Thompson on YouTube, just subscribe. Welcome to the gang, Nigel Thompson, and welcome to everybody who followed just now. There are quite a few people. Let's see who. Oreo Byte and Wise Otter and WRX Rob and 0x Dead Beef. Oh, that's Dead Beef. Nice. Welcome in, everybody. Jeez. Thank you very much for following, everybody. And welcome to Rozzy772. So let's do a fun redeem for everybody. And this is our mantra over here. It's hack the planet.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet! Shut up again!
Okay, so let's take a look at this challenge over here. Is this... So everybody, if you want to do the same challenge that we're doing right now, it's over at this link right here. And I get the feeling that this is a challenge that we just need to solve by looking at the source code. Let's take a look at the source code and see what's up. What is all this? Let me take a look at this code right here. Is this part of the challenge? Is this part of the challenge, or do I have to look at something else? R Shanks. R Shanks is now powering. Thank you very much, R Shanks. We're running out of stuff to redeem, but have this this woodpecker. So this is the northern flicker, which is a woodpecker that you can find in the Pacific Northwest. It is a very beautiful bird. And let me just show you what the northern flicker looks like. So this doesn't have, here we go. So this isn't going to have sound. Oh, I have to look at the YouTube ads? I guess if everybody else has to look at the ads, I can look at the ads too. Just a second. I just wanted to look at some beautiful woodpeckers. Hold on. So this is the northern flicker over here. You can usually find it in the trees or on the ground. It really likes eating ants. So there we go. What a handsome guy. Anyways, let's get back to hacking. Okay, 0x Clayhacks is now a HackerFrog. Welcome, 0x Clayhacks. Let's give you another fun redeem. This one is the frog song. This kind of sounds like frogs croaking. Let me tell me if you think it does. 0x Clayhack says, thanks, happy hacking. Happy hacking, Clayhacks. Okay, so we were looking at this this challenge over here. And we're looking at the code over here. So we've got, what is this? So we've got a post method over here. And suspiciously, this is a button called flag. And we also have some obscure script, some variable over here, which is equal. I'm not sure how to read this this JavaScript. So this variable is equal to this code right here. So this is hexadecimal. Oh, looks like we have some ads happening right now. Sorry to everybody who has to watch ads. I'll just wait for the ads to pass by before we... Oh, wait, there's a comment over here. Always believe in yourself, as well as a bunch of hex. So we could probably translate this hex to ASCII, and we can probably find the flag this way, if this is what I think it is. So we're going to copy this, and then we're going to go to our hex to ASCII site, and then drop in our hex, and then convert this. This is not as simple as we might think. Okay, so what might this string be? Well, we could copy this, and we could ask our know-it-all friend ChatGPT if it thinks that this is something significant. So could this hex code be some hidden message? And we can drop the hex code in. Okay, convert hex to ASCII. Analyze as base64 encoding. Check for XOR encryption. Entropy analysis. So we could try So it's obviously not just straight hex to ASCII. We could try analyzing this as base64 encoding. So we've got our console here. So we could just echo this out. And then we can pipe this into base64 decode. And this doesn't necessarily help us either. So if anybody in chat has any suggestions as to whether or not this hex code could be something else, you can go ahead and let us know in the chat. But how else could we interpret this hex code? The suggestions from ChatGPT says, check for XOR encryption. Thank you very much for following Aston TV, and welcome to the HackerFrogs, Aston TV. Let's give you a fun redeem. This one is this a hacking?
Is this a hacking?
So if you recognize the meme, then you get internet points. But basically, whenever you're using a terminal, you're doing a hacking. But if the message is encrypted using XOR encryption, tools like CyberChef can be used to attempt decoding by XORing the hex values with a possible key. Oh, you know what? So we have a possible key over here. So the key is always believe in yourself. And we could try XORing this, and see if something comes up with CyberChef. Or I guess we could also use a website like decode.fr as well. So let's try CyberChef. So cyberchef.io. Okay. So we got CyberChef, and we can try XOR encoding. So XOR is encryption, right? So we can drag XOR over here, and we can provide a key, and the key will be always believe in yourself. And we can paste in the key, and then we can paste in the hex over here. So the hex is this. Copy that, and then in CyberChef. Okay, so this is this doesn't look like that. This doesn't look like it's it. Like I said, if anybody has any suggestions, I'm open to suggestions. Null preserving, if we click on this, doesn't necessarily do anything. So hex binary. Try rotate right. Rotate right or left. So we're talking about the scheme, or are we talking about something inside of CyberChef? Okay, Caesar cipher. Caesar cipher, some kind of Caesar cipher? We could try decode.fr. Oh, that's not it. What is the name of the website? Oh, it's decode, with just a decode. With this, yeah, it's misspelled. CyberChef has it. Oh, CyberChef has Caesar cipher. Okay. Let me try and see if I can do it with with decode. I think let's get the English version of the site first. Okay, so cryptography and ciphers. So do they have a Zora? Let's take. This seems a bit hard to navigate, but SeltJ says that CyberChef has this. Okay, and let me search for it really quick then. It's Glime is now HackerFrog. Welcome, it's Glime, and let's give you a fun redeem. And this one will be. Have I run out of all my redeems? Let's give you a It's Root. This one's really fun. I'm Root, rather.
What are you?
I'm System Root.
Bit shift right, and are you talking about bit shift right and bit shift left, or are you talking about something else? Try rotate in the search. Oh, rotate. Okay. Rotate left and rotate right. Rotates each byte to the left. Okay. So we can try this one. So I'm going to get rid of the Zora. And I will... this looks more promising. And I guess we could rotate by some different number of bits. So that's rotate left, and we could also try rotate right, I suppose. Okay, so what I could try, so sometimes you can just use magic with CyberChef, and it'll just find something that'll work. So let's just try magic and see if the magic will find it for us. So this is okay, CyberChef didn't like that. Okay. So magic to the depth of... Okay. So it's just a bunch of hacks. So we don't necessarily... Let's take a look at the source code some more. Always believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself. So this could be a clue as to what kind of cipher we're dealing with. It says always believe in yourself. So I'm not very familiar with a lot of different classical ciphers, but you know, someone who might know is ChatGPT. This message, could it be indicating some sort of cipher name? And then include the message, and then let's ask. So the phrase always believe in yourself could be a subtle motivational hint in the context of cryptography, implying the need to use a simple or well-known cipher, such as a substitution cipher or Caesar cipher. Here are a few possibilities, okay? So it could be believe in yourself could suggest confidence, which aligns with the simplicity of a Caesar cipher. You could try shifting the hex encoded string by a certain number of positions, as with a Caesar cipher. Okay, so that's basically what SaltJ suggested. We could try a few different. Shifts. Substitution cipher. If it suggests a substitution cipher, for example, how do you pronounce this? Vigenère cipher? The phrase might serve as a reminder that solving the puzzle requires persistence. Self-confidence in decoding. This is getting a bit more. Some ciphers rely on key phrases or inspirational messages. You could always try "always believe in yourself" as a key to decrypt or encode using a Playfair cipher, Vigenère cipher, or a Fiend cipher. Okay, so maybe. So the Vigenère cipher also requires a key. So maybe we could try. So CyberChef probably has the Vigenère cipher. So let's search for it. Vigenère decode. And the code in this case is "always believe in yourself." And we'll supply this to CyberChef. The key must consist of only letters. Okay, so let's remove the letters. Remove the... Okay, so if we do this, then we get this output right here. And can this output be hex to ASCII? I don't think it would be hex to ASCII, but let's. So let's search for hex to ASCII. So from hex. So converts a hexadecimal byte string back to its raw value. Okay, so from hex is the second part. This does not work. Okay. From hex to hex. 2 hexadecimal bytes. Okay. Let's look at this one more time. So is it possible that some other part of this page is what we're looking for? So we can submit the flag, we can view write-ups, we can submit write-ups, we can buy a hint. I'm a bit confused because this challenge seems to have a lot of solves. So it's got to be something that there must be something I'm missing. SaltJ says keep it gotta run, keep it missing. Yeah, thank you very much, and thanks for being here for the stream, SaltJ. Let's take you out with a Hack the Planet, and yeah, have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Okay, so wow, this challenge is a bit more difficult than I thought it'd be. Let's take a look. So always believe in yourself. Could this? So we talked about Vigenère ciphers, and we also. We also thought about shifting right and shifting left. So rotate a certain number of. What other? So there's also the Playfair cipher, right? That also uses a key. Playfair. Okay, maybe it doesn't exist in CyberChef. What else could we be looking at? Playfair. Affine cipher. I've never heard of the affine cipher before. So Zor encryption also requires a key. Let me. There's nothing in the message that indicates that it would be Zor encryption. Always believe in yourself. ABIY. Believe in yourself suggests confidence, which aligns with the simplicity of a Caesar cipher, where each letter is shifted by a certain number in the alphabet. Oh, you know what? We could try there's brute forcing with decode. So decode FR and Caesar cipher. So I'm not sure what this challenge is from, but we could try brute forcing this using this tool. So let's try that. This isn't. The problem is the Caesar cipher doesn't work very well with numbers, so this doesn't make a lot of sense. If I just paste this in here and try brute forcing by, yeah, that's not gonna. Nothing really interesting appears here. So probably not a Caesar cipher, but we can also. What ciphers encode from hex into ASCII? Let's ask that question. So what ciphers encode a string into hexadecimal bytes, hexadecimal numbers? AES. It's probably not AES. DES. Zor cipher with hexadecimal key. Okay. Vigenère cipher with hexadecimal output. Encrypting hello with the Vigenère cipher could produce a hex string like this. Okay. Base 64 encoding. So I think we came to the conclusion that it's not base 64 encoding because decoding from base 64 didn't really come up with anything legible. MD5 hash functions. Wait, could it be an MD5 hash? That seems kind of so encrypting this with ROT13 becomes this, which can be represented into hex as this. So to reverse that, well, the problem with this is that if we render our long string of hexadecimal into ASCII, then we don't actually get ASCII printable. We don't get ASCII printable characters, so it's probably not this. So ASCII to hex encoding. So we also tried ASCII to text encoding, and that didn't quite work. Let's just grab the this over here, and let's do from hex. So from hex, it just becomes this. Wait, are these? So if we do it from hex, and then we do the Caesar cipher, so where is it? Rot 13? Rot 13. And let's rotate this by, let's just do 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so this is, so Rot 13 is not working. We could try Vigenaire. Vigenaire decode. And then we can put in the key. Okay, maybe this is not it. Okay, so what else could we try? Let's try the Zor again. Zor brute force, enumerate all Zor solutions. Current maximum key length is 2 due to browser performance. Okay, so let's try Zor. And we'll do the key, always believe in yourself. And then we could try Rot 13 on that. Doesn't necessarily work. Okay. Let's table this one and let's move on to another challenge. Maybe we'll revisit this a little bit later. And let's try to find ourselves an easy challenge so that we don't feel too bad about ourselves. Something that is more probable for us to solve. Anyways, so which one of these challenges has the most validations? Okay, so this challenge here has the most validations, which is Big Brother is watching. So let's take a look at this one. Okay, log back in. Even Google cannot find this one. Okay, so everybody, if you want to play along with us, then you can access this challenge over here on the RingZero website. Even Google cannot find this one. Wait, is there no website? Oh, this is the website. Okay, so we can try looking at robots.txt. And see if it exists. Huh. So, okay, robots.txt doesn't exist. And let's take a look at the code on the page. This one says, always believe in yourself again with this message. Is this in every challenge? Was I looking at the wrong thing this entire time? I wonder. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at this page again. So Big Brother is watching. Even Google cannot find this one. Let's take a look if there are any cookies generated. Actually, you know what? We could try curling this this challenge and see if there's anything funny in the response. So Big Brother is watching. Big Brother is watching. So even Google. So whenever I hear even Google can't find this one, it usually points to the robots.txt file, but the robots.txt file does not exist on this particular challenge. I don't think we need to do any Big Brother. What is this in reference to? Let's take a look at the code one more time. What is this page right here? Spawn to pwn. Maybe this isn't part of the challenge, but I'm not sure which part of the code is. So we've got our header. We've got our shop. We've got our drop-down menu. This is the body of the web page. This is the inspirational message that we saw in the other challenge. We've got our hint link over here. We've got our variable. So this variable appeared in the last challenge. Well, I mean, some sort of variable like this appeared in the last challenge as well. But not sure how to interpret. So let me just grab this and see if we could turn this into ASCII. I don't think we could. I think we tried before. Yeah, that's not super. Okay, we've got our links. To people who are watching ads, sorry about that. But they'll be over in about a minute or so. Okay, so one more time. Big Brother is watching. Even Google cannot find this one. So if Google cannot find it, let's grab some suggestions from ChatGPT. So this web app CTF challenge is a web page with the text. Even Google cannot find this one. What could this be a reference to? The challenge name is Big Brother is watching. And we'll put that in between some quotes. Let's see if we can get some suggestions. Okay, so this is suggests that the information is not indexed by search engines and is hidden in some way. The challenge name Big Brother is watching could imply surveillance, monitoring, or hidden activity. So a few possible interpretations. The robots.txt file. Okay, we tried looking for the robots.txt file. It didn't exist. Hidden or obscure pages. The challenge might reference a web page or content that's hidden but accessible via direct URLs, such as an obscure file path or directory. Okay, so something like this. User agent filtering. The web page might have content visible only to a specific user agents, like surveillance tools. You could try changing your user agent to mimic something like a search engine crawler or another surveillance tool, metadata or HTML contents. So we've been looking in the HTML code. It might reference some information that's not indexed because of no index or no follow attributes in HTML. It could be some tracking mechanisms or surveillance techniques such as hidden cookies, session monitoring, or JavaScript functions that are monitoring user behavior. So checking the robots.txt file, the source code, and looking for hidden directories or comments could be a good starting point. Okay, let's first of all, let's go back to the challenge. And let's see if we can find, so robots.txt doesn't come up with anything. It doesn't, I don't think we can, so even if we, put in all sorts of funny stuff in the URL, it's not going to register any of this. So obviously, we either have to find something that's legitimate or so is this, so it basically accepts anything. So let's try inspecting this. So inspect. Okay, and where's this, where is the text? Even Google cannot find this one. Okay, so the wrapper over here is, let me, even Google cannot find this one, and it's right here. Big Brother is watching. Is there a, let me check and see if there's a specific cookie that's associated with this challenge. Let me look at my developer tools and then go to my storage. So we've got flag equals 0. It couldn't be as simple as flag equals 1. Let's reload the page. Okay, that wasn't it. So the path is to, you know what? It is to this specific endpoint, right? So this is only for the challenges endpoint. So anything after challenges, there's this flag right here. Okay. This PHP session token is probably not what we're supposed to be looking at. Okay, so maybe it doesn't have to do with the cookies. Big Brother is watching. Even Google cannot find this one. So other suggestions from ChatGPT says, look for hidden directories or comments. So over here, wait. So are there any hidden directories inside of the There's a hint over here. There's a Bitcoin wallet. What is this? Oh, there's a write-up. Okay, this is the write-up link. Okay. What else? I don't think anything up here would have to do with the challenge, but I could be wrong. Let's just take a look at what's down here. Okay, there's an images directory. Oh, okay. This goes to, but this isn't part of the. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. So this is the logo for the CTF. We don't have access to this images directory right here. Let's try access. Well, if we try accessing this from by using curl, we probably have to supply. We probably have to supply our credentials as well. Okay, we've got a CSRF token over here. What is this variable right here? So this is in the script tag over here. What is this JavaScript? Okay, it looks like a hexadecimal hash or token. Could be used for various purposes such as a session identifier, a token, or hash value. Okay. So I don't think this is part of the challenge. What? Let's look over what ChatGPT suggested to us one more time. User agent filtering. So you could try changing your user agent to mimic something. You know what? We might want to look at this inside of Burp Suite, actually. So let's fire up let's fire up Burp Suite really quick. Jeez. Okay, where were we? So let's close out our stuff and let's pull up our Burp Suite. Oh, this is really big. Okay, and inside of Burp Suite, we're going to go to, why is this so incredibly big? I must have messed around with the settings last time. But we're going to proxy, and we're going to open up Burp's browser. Okay, and inside of Burp's browser, we're going to go to the RingZero CTF. So let me grab. Let me try to access this challenge page from within my browser, my Burp browser. And it's going to ask us for our username and password. Let me grab that. So copy my password. And this is my username. Paste in my password and log in. Okay, so let's take a look at this request inside of Burp Suite. So we're going to minimize our browser, then we're going to go over to Burp Suite, and it's going to be Burp Suite HTTP history, and we're looking at the last one from RingZero CTF. That goes to the challenges page over here. So we're going to send this one to the repeater. Wow, that's really big. Jeez. Okay, and then we're going to go to repeater. And we're going to get rid of the inspector stuff. And let's send this request. Man, can I make this any smaller? This is too big. I wonder if I can pop out this window. I can't make this. Can I make any of this stuff any smaller? Can I detach my repeater? Detach tab. Okay. Wow, that's a little bit better. Okay, so we've got our challenges page. We've got our. Okay, we've got a refer stuff. So this is the request. This is the request. And let's take a look at the response. So inside of the response, we've got, okay, no cache. We've got all of our code here. We've got our image. Which is a lot of stuff. Okay, and then afterwards, I don't. Okay, so this is the part where it talks about Google not finding this one. Let's see. So this is the stuff we sent with our request. We've got our referrer header. Okay, so maybe I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're supposed to be looking at. Okay, so let's get out of here and go back to our web browser. Man, I did not expect the RingZero, the easiest web app challenges over at the RingZero sites to be this difficult. Let's take a look at another challenge. So maybe we shouldn't be working inside of this category. Although there are some other challenges with a lot of validations. So this one also has a large number of validations. This is probably the easiest one because it has even more validations than this one. So let's take a look at looking for password file. Okay, and it says looking for password file, go to this challenge. So let's click on this, and this is the page we're looking at. And this URL parameter kind of screams at me that it could be local file inclusion. So let's try some local file inclusion. It's local file inclusion, everybody. Okay, so where is... And we found the flag inside of the password file. Okay. Well, we solved our first challenge, I think. So let me copy the flag, and then go over to the challenge page. And submit the flag. Did I finish it? Yeah, I finished it. Okay, well, we got a win. That challenge was about local file inclusion. And okay, if you want to take a look at the challenge yourself, you can do so at the following link. Okay, well, I feel a little better, because the other challenges had me thinking that I was dumb. So let's take a look at the next challenge. The next challenge is this one over here called Headache, and I hope it doesn't give me a headache. Well, there's so many challenges that almost nobody has solved. Okay, let's try this one called Headache over here. So let me close out this this challenge page. And Headache, let's put it in a new tab. The answer is closer than you think. Okay, I think this has to do with HTTP methods, and we might have to send a head request to this this particular website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Burp Suite, or rather I'm going to go to the Burp browser, and I'm going to paste in this challenge. And it says answer is closer than you think. It's called Headache. This makes me think that it's the HTTP head method that we have to send to the page. And we can go over to our Burp Suite. We can go over to the proxy HTTP history and go down to the bottom and send this to the repeater. Get rid of the inspector. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to edit this, and we're going to change this from the get method to the head method. And then we're going to send this and look at the response. It says it's okay. And there is a flag that is sent with this. So that was the challenge. The challenge was just to send the head method along with this challenge page, and then you get the flag. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to submit this as the flag. So a couple of quick wins. So I feel a little less bad about myself now that I was able to solve a couple challenges. So submit this, and now I've finished the challenge. Okay, let's try maybe one more, and if we're feeling good about ourselves, we might try a couple more. So headache, that's done. What else has words mean something? Maybe I'll come back to that a little later. But the next challenge with a bunch of solves is this one, which is called Area 51. So let's put this in a new tab and see what this is all about. Access to this area is restricted using some secure HTA access. Does that mean we can access the HT access? .ht access. Are we able to know? Some secure HT access. What could this mean? Okay, let's take a look at the code for this page real quick. So this is not part of any challenge right here. So we got rabbit holed looking at this before. Okay, let's make this a little bigger. It says access to this area is restricted using some secure .ht access. So let's ask ChatGPT about whether or not. So I tried to access the HT access directly from this page. I don't think that's the way you want to do it. Let's take a look at the cookies really quick for this. So let's look at the web developer tools. Let's look at the storage, the cookies. There's no cookie for this particular page, looks like. So, local storage. Nope. Session storage, not that either. Okay. Let's try asking ChatGPT. So we're doing a new challenge now. The challenge webpage now reads the following. Okay, access to this area is restricted using some secure HT access indicates that the challenge involves an Apache web server configuration file, .ht access, which is used to control the access and security settings for directories. So these files are used to configure web server settings on a per directory basis. They often control access through authentication, IP restrictions, and more. Some common HT access configurations that might restrict access: basic authentication, IP address restriction, redirects and rewrites. Okay. If .ht access is using basic authentication, you might need to crack or bypass the credentials. Testing for directory traversal. Sometimes HT access restrictions can be bypassed using Directory traversal techniques. Try accessing directories with a .. or the traversal sequences to see if you can access restricted areas. Checking for hidden files. .ht password. Inspecting the file. If you can upload or otherwise manipulate files in the server, try uploading your own htaccess file with different configurations to see if you can gain access or learn about the restrictions. Here are some common .htaccess configurations you might encounter. Okay. Okay, you know, maybe let's take a look at the source code again. Access to this area is restricted using some secure .ht access. Let's take a look at this challenge from Burp Suite. So first of all, let me get rid of this. Area 51. Okay, Area 51 is the famous place in the United States where they think they're holding aliens, right? Anyways, let's go over to this page inside of our Burp browser. And after, we can go over to our Burp Suite. And in our HTTP history tab, we can go down to this challenge page and send this to the repeater. And in the repeater, let's take a look at what we have. So this is our request. Is there anything funny about this request? So the request, I think, looks pretty normal. I can't make this text any smaller, can I? No, I can't. Okay. So let's send this and take a look at the response. And the response looks like this. Secure HT access. Secure HT access. So one more time. What is this? Oh, wait. So this okay. This probably doesn't have anything to do with the challenge. Okay. We're looking at access to this area is restricted using some secure .ht access. So we could try looking for the .ht password. So let's give that a go. So inside of here, let's look for .ht password. So that's a no-go. So .ht access is also, whoa, I didn't mean to do that. So .ht access also is a no-go. Not sure. Why did this show up? Oh, okay, that skipped me back. Okay. So let's try this. Let's try // and then let's try challenges /48 again. Okay, that brings us to the same place. Access to this area is restricted using some secure HT access. Let's take a look at the what the information we got from understanding HT access restrictions used to configure web security on a per directory basis. They often control access through authentication, IP restrictions, and more. So check for common .htaccess configurations that might restrict access, basic authentication, IP address restriction, redirects, and rewrites. Okay, so we're not talking about basic authentication because we were not asked. Testing for directory traversal. Sometimes these restrictions can be bypassed using directory traversal techniques. Try accessing the directories with // or other traversal sequences to see if you can access restricted areas. Checking for hidden files. So we can look for the .ht password file, inspecting the .ht access file. Try uploading. So I don't think we have, we can upload our own .ht access file. Common HT access configurations. Secret file.txt. Secret page .php, hidden page.php. Let's take a look at the source code one more time. Okay. So the part that says that so this is the main content of the page right here. So we're not necessarily given any indication as to whether there's there are hidden parts of this website. It just says that access to this area is restricted. So let's take a look at the page one more time. So there's no links or anything. Let's Google real quick for HT access and directory traversal real quick. So let me save out this save out my GitHub page real quick. And then let's open up a new page, and we're going to do .ht access directory traversal. Can .ht access take over directory traversal? Stop traversal directory attack with HT access. Directory traversal. Prevent directory browsing with HT access. Well, let's take a look at this article real quick. .htaccess. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so I'm not too sure how to solve this challenge, but let's try one more. Let's try one more challenge. Let's try to solve one more challenge, just so we can go out and say that we solved a challenge before we finish the stream. Let's take a look at some of these other challenges with a lot of solves. And maybe we should try another category. SQL injection is its own category. I wanted to do some SQL injection. Okay, so let's just do an easy SQL injection challenge. So let's open this up in the new bypass me if you. Okay, so this is probably going to be really easy. But those are famous last words. Go to the challenge, sure. Waiting for the challenge. Why is this taking so long? Why is this challenge hanging? Okay, so let's stop and then let's go to this challenge in a new tab. Okay, let's not do this challenge. Let's try another challenge. Okay, so the next challenge with a bunch of solves is ALC rules the world. Let's take a look at that one. Challenge access list. Is this ACL rules the world? Okay, let's go to the challenge. It doesn't seem to want to go. Is my internet access is okay, right? Right, I can access web pages. Well, let's try challenge number 3. So login portal 1. Let's try another category of challenges. Okay. Let's take a look at an easy forensics challenge. So the easiest forensic challenge here is called I made a DD of Agent Smith USB key. Okay. Reverse engineering, SQL injection, steganography. shellcoding. Okay, so let's try a forensics challenge. Okay, so forensics challenge, we've got this one over here. I made a DD of Agent Smith USB key. Let's go over to the challenge. Download the file. I'm sure it contains the matrix password. Can you find it? Okay, and we have a checksum. Let's download the file. And once again, we have to keep in mind that it says I made a DD of Agent Smith USB key. So let's familiarize ourselves with DD. What is the DD program in Linux? Okay, so it says DD can copy data from one file or device to another. It is often used for creating disk images or cloning disks. Okay, that seems simple enough. Let's take a look at the file. So it's inside of downloads. And where did it go? So I think this is the 03.zip file that we're looking at, because this is, no, it is a file that starts with the letter C. It's this file. Okay, so let's move into the temporary directory with this. So we're going to copy it. We're going to move it to the temp directory. And then we're going to move to the temp directory. And let's take a look at what kind of file this is. This is a zip file archive. Sure. Let's unzip this file. And this new file that is created is this. This is the file that is created. So let's take a look at that file. This one is ext2 file system data. So do we mount this? Okay, so let's go back. We have the following type of file. How do we mount this file to our file system using Linux? Okay, first create a directory where you will mount the file system image. Okay, then we will mount the image. Okay, sure. Okay. Let's do this. And then let's mount this thing. The file is called this thing right here. And let's move into that directory. Okay, so we now have access to this directory that has a file system, I guess. Let's see. So this is all this is all owned by root. So I guess we're going to have to become the root user. And let's move into. I guess we could just grep for the pattern flag. Let's move into, so this directory right here has a bunch of files. This directory has less files, but this directory name seems kind of suspicious. So we can move into oops. Don't forget to bring my mom some milk. This is just ASCII text. This lost and found directory. What? What's here? Is nothing here? Because there seems to be a lot of data in here. And we have some JPEGs in here. But this JPEG is rather large. So let's xdg open 03.jpg. This is this helpful? Okay, let's run strings on this file right here. And let's give strings with at least 10. Okay. This is not obvious. Let's run the exif tool on it. This looks kind of suspicious. This looks kind of suspicious. Let's copy this. Okay, so we can do this string of numbers could be encoded or encrypted. What do you think? Okay, so what could this be? Could this be... So the numbers go up till... Could this be ASCII? So the largest number here is 168. We know that the flags all begin with the letters FLAG. So F, L, A, F, L, A, G. The number 0 appears a bunch of times, but it could be that this is the red herring. This is a red herring, and we should be looking somewhere else. There are not very many files that we can be looking at. So if we go to the lost and found directory reportedly has a bunch of data in it. But I don't see... I don't see anything here. The image directory has these images in it. The to keep directory has this text in here that says, "Don't forget to bring my mom some milk." This doesn't, I don't know if this is referring to something. The word "some" over here. Are you talking about a MD5 sum or something else? Wait. If we look at the challenge page, there's an MD5 sum right here. Let's copy this. And then let's move over to the temp directory. And let's echo this into a file. Let's just make a file with this MD5 sum. And then let's MD5 sum this file. So the MD5 sum is not this. So what we need to do is move into that directory, the mount directory, and then we need to MD5. We need to move into that directory first, and then we need to MD5 sum everything in this directory, and we need to grep out C32, this one right here. These are all directories. Okay, sure. Can we make this recursive? Okay, that does not apply to any of these. So we're going to move into the to keep. There's nothing in here. Okay. Let's grep for this pattern. Okay, no, was not found. Let's take a look at the challenge description to see if there's anything. I'm sure it contains the matrix password. Can you find it? I made a DD of Agent Smith USB key. Okay, so let's go to the image directory. And let's run binwalk on 03.jpg and see if there's anything here. Okay, so that there is something here. Let's see if we could if we can extract this. That's strange. Okay, so let's try foremost. Go to the output. Let's try XCG opening this. Same image. Let's try X's tooling this. Same image. Okay, So I'm pretty sure that this MD5 sum has something to do with the challenge. Okay. Let's try running some strings on these. That's a little weird. Okay. All right, so well, it's past my bedtime now, so I'm going to be wrapping things up. Thank you very much to everybody who stuck by me and watched us do these CTF challenges. We were able to get a couple of wins. We took some losses, unfortunately, but let's find something that we can rate on Twitch. Okay, so let's take a look at the InfoSec streamers. InfoSecStreams.com. And Unhacker and Capital is online again. Okay. The last time I rated that person, somebody in his chat took great offense to me typing in English and started saying all sorts of nasty things to me. So I don't know if I want to raid this person again. Let's see if that user is still in his chat. Let's see. I think it might be okay. But anyways, all right. So we're just gonna end. But thank you very much for everybody for watching, and I hope you had fun, and I hope you learned a little something watching me hit my head against the wall trying to solve these CTF challenges. We'll be back on Friday, and we're going to be doing more hacking, probably more stuff with hackmyvm.eu, and we'll see you next time. But before we end, let's hack the planet one more time.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet!
All right, so see you next time, everybody.